Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, March 24th. All right, Pound Aussie just hitting money management this morning. Trade at 848.50 and just hit money management, so stops come to break even. Plus spread, because we are in the exits are the buy side in the case of a short. And we have a potential get in sync on the YM, which we're very close to the entry on, coming up in just a few seconds. All right, market open coming up momentarily. And market is open. Now, how quickly did that? Yeah, that pushed through. So there's your get in sync. So in the YM trade, all right, just missing target one on the Pound Aussie, but it is trailing. Stop now at 76.07 plus spread. So we are short on the YM. We did get in sync right here at 42 seconds. Actually, we've got two different opportunities to get into that, get in sync with that. Now we'll have to see if we can get through this resistance area, or the support area that it's testing right now to get to money management at 325. And we'll see what that goes with that. Testing, and there's money management. And not quite target one. Target one is 321 for 33 ticks. And looks like we did spike down. Yeah, we got down to 320. So that's going to be a one and done session on the YM this morning. First trade on heating oil, starting at 9:30. And nope, and that one's not tradable. 4 seconds from setup to first bar. The short just had to get in sync. So we're Now a long, and I think now that long entry is at 91, but we're still in the short. Assuming you actually, if you adjust that, yeah, we just got triggered into the short for sure, and still not sure whether it's going to go or not. But the stop is also, I was going to say, the stop was also a long. Let me see if that canceled in there. YM going through target 2, trailer at 331. Soybeans had a get in sync up here on the long. Actually, it's back on this long. That did cancel, actually. The new long happened right at 9:30, 7 seconds. Yeah, that you definitely should be in that. And it stops and reverses, or actually it sets up a stop and reverse at 17:09.25, and that did trigger, so we should be short on the YM, or I'm sorry, on soybeans. So the YM is trailing down now, 302, going through target 4. So big start on, and we did hit target 1 on the pound Aussie, so that trade is POQ as well. It is a POQ trade. Target 1 is our primary target there. So once we hit that trade, that is going to be a power of quitting trade with a target 1 and positive on the morning once that trade completes. Now there are still up to 4 positions available on that trade. So targets 2, 3, 4, and a trailer. Okay, heating oil did get a long to target 3. And came back for a 1 tick on the trailer, and no more trades there yet. Let's take a quick look and see what the Russell did to start the session. Lots of bars. 3 seconds. There's our first bar at 9:30. And we get all the way over here before we get the next bar that it's not timestamp 9:30. So quick pop to the long. And very likely triggered into that. spent quite a bit of time there, so that would be a full loss. And we come down on the short side. Yet 8 seconds on that first bar is probably can get into that. So that should be a solid winner on the M2K catapult. Wow. Target 3 or 4. 3.8 or 5 points to target. And then we get our stop at 44.3 from the entry at 53.8. So 9.5 points on the trailer. So a big win there. Soybeans having some trouble. And now you have a long at that's chases up a couple of ticks because it had run through before it became valid. And 17.12.25. So that actually should push the money management up to 13.50. I'm sorry, 13.75, which it just hit. And our target is going to be 2 positions at target 2 and 1 at target 3. The YM still trailing at 34.276 with the stop now. Good morning, Miles. Please do say hello so I know who's in the room, and please do feel free to ask questions. Soybeans hitting target 2, 2 positions come off. That's 8 ticks from the chase entry. And the YM stops out at 271 to complete the morning there. Going back to crude now. The short meandered about a lot near its entry on this initial trade and then popped down just as the market opened, and it was gone in about 4 seconds. So that was unfortunately not tradable. But you get a money management trade here at 9:04. Target 1 and a small couple of tick trailer. That actually is a one and done. The target 1 being our primary target on the 8 tick momentum bar. So crude goes one and done this morning. Unleaded, that one looks for target 2 and had the same thing. Actually, I had a number of trades too fast to catch this morning. This one was 1 second past our start time, was already well below the entry. This trade took 6 seconds to the first bar. I'm sorry, 6 seconds. Both bars printing on the same timestamp. So very likely that one's probably untradeable. If it was tradable, that's a one and done. Then we have 3 seconds and runs away. That one's not tradable. Finally, we get a break even. This one actually, well, it might had 14 seconds, but I suspect it's probably not tradable. It pushed right up through the entry. And ultimately we get the short that gives us plenty of time to get in, gets us some money management, since our primary target is target 2 on this trade plan. And we get a money management on the long. Small partial win on the first one and another partial win on the second, but that is POQ. So POQ on crude and unleaded, the YM 1 and done, 2 and done on unleaded, but several untradable trades, 1 and done on crude. Russell doing well now with a that one. These you just have to test to see if you can get in. We're well into the session now, but a second solid winner if it's tradable. Pound Aussie working down toward target 2. And soybeans targets 2 and 3, and we're now trailing at 14.75. Getting its act together now on the long side. It's going to take some work after 2 stop and reverses to get to positive. Let's take a look and see what we've got on there's what I'm looking for. MNQ. Go back to our 4 minutes. So this is telling me it's moving pretty fast already. 4 seconds. Now there you got a wick, so get in sync is very likely there, and a break even. The long, unfortunately, plenty of time to get in. It looks like 1, 2. Well, maybe not. 6 seconds. Maybe you get in that one, maybe you don't, but if you do, it's a full loss. Short doesn't trigger. Hard to say if you're able to get into that or not. You just have to look at a longer time frame to find out if it's tradable on this dip. There again, a losing trade if you get in. And the short, 5 seconds on the first bar, 30 seconds with the big wick on it on the second bar, so that's definitely a tradable trade. And unfortunately, just a break even again. NQ giving us back and forth. Goes for 1. Hey. 2 bars in a second. 3 seconds up to here. Yeah, that one went away too fast, unfortunately. Short didn't trigger. The long is 4. One second, 2 seconds, then comes back down. But only 5 seconds to here, so that's not tradable. So that one's avoided. No trigger on the short. MNQ being just really rapid movement. It'll be difficult to trade. We're already almost 11 minutes in, and it's still. Yeah, that one's going away way too fast. The long's untradeable. The short. Give me some bars. Okay. This one's tradable. And stopping and reversing. And getting noisy. So MNQ being not a good market to trade in this morning. If you're putting in comments, I've only got one comment this morning. I'm wondering if my comment feed is not coming through. So if other than Miles has commented this morning, please go to the Trade Hacking Club and drop me a note. Because unfortunately, I'm not seeing any comments at the moment. So I would not be seeing questions. Okay, target 2 achieved on the pound Aussie. Soybean still trailing now at 17.21 even. Let's take a look at unleaded. 8:45 start. This is unleaded on catapult 20 tick range. So our start is right in here. Now right there. And soybeans stopping out at 17.21 even. That's probably enough to get you very close to positive, if not. Yeah, plenty of time to get into the long on unleaded catapult, going through the target 3 and a nice trailer up to 41.39 from the entry at 40.67. So nice Nice solid trade there, and I would tend to step aside on that, and that might be a good thing. Two losing trades here. Well, that one's avoidable because it had hit entry and the stop all in the same second, even though it's 2 bars. This one, 41. Yeah, this one you get into, unfortunately, most likely. So lots of quick movement this morning. In a POQ trade on the pound Aussie, YM was one and done. Soybeans took 3 trades that I think were probably really close to, let's see, 12.25 to 21 is 8 3/4 points plus 4 is 12 and 15. Yeah, 15 3/4 points because you get 3, 7 there and 8 3/4. Yeah, 15 3/4 points. So that would be $800. 15 3/4 points. Now our first trade was entry at 13.25 to 09.25. So you lost 4 points on 4.16. Nope, we're not positive yet. And then from 09.25 to 12.25, we lost another 3 points. So we're 3 1/4 points in the hole. So we are in this short trade, needing 13 points to get 13 ticks to get positive. $10 a.m. crude session coming up. So nice win, a loser, a break even. And that was 11 seconds. Hopefully you were able to get into that. Getting a nice target win and a straw. So that's a second solid winner. And I would say that's definitely time to get out. Pound Aussie working down toward target 3. And we'll take a and we're also coming up to our 10 a.m. crude session in a short at the moment. So we'll be looking for a new setup there. Lots of movement, and targets 1 and 2 on soybeans. There, that's 33 ticks. So we are definitely positive, and this will be a POQ trade on soybeans. Plus target 3 now. Another 28 ticks. That's 61. And we just did stop out at 710.75 from 720.25. That's 9.5 points. So that would be what? 38 ticks along with the 61 for 99 ticks. Positive at $12.50 a tick. That's a big trade. All right, crude with a long at, what is that? It's like 78 or 79. 78. Hits money management. I would have, the SMA, I would have pushed that to 79 or possibly even 81 on that one. But it went through, went to money management and target 1. That's another one and done session for crude this morning. And trailing at the moment, picking up 16 unadjusted, 13 adjusted, and 25 or 22 on target. So solid win this morning on crude. 2 solid nice wins this morning on crude. 1 target 1, 1 target 1 and 2. And the pound Aussie coming very close to stopping out. Looks like it touched the stop, but I didn't get filled based on the it looks like spread's running 3 ticks, and I've got 3.5 sets. So I didn't get filled. So still in it. Or 3.5, 3.5 pips is what I've got set for spread. That's what it was when I started the trade. So it was a little, it was 3.32 thereabouts. So I usually set that my trailing stop about a half pip. Give it about a half pip because of the way spreads move around. And that actually still has me in the trade so far. Stop the bid on my chart got to, it hit the stop on the nose. That's interesting. It looks like calculator is still tracking it as, well, no, let's see. Don't know if the calculator shouldn't still be tracking it. Because we hit the stop right on the nose. Coming back down and taking another shot at the session low, 72.4. And our target Target 3 down at 75.71. So. All right. Can anybody hear me? All right, there's target 3. So I managed to survive, and now I'm going to have to trade manually or trail it manually. Well, no, actually, the calculator is still tracking, so that's going to make my life easier. But that pretty much takes us to the end. All right, thank you, Brad. I just hadn't seen any comments, and so I didn't know if my audio was getting through. Literally no comments in half an hour. So. Pound Aussie still trailing down, trying to work down to target 4 now. All right, folks. Not really anything to talk about at this point. If nobody has questions, wow, quick market today. Two mini session wins on crude. Unleaded was 2 and done. YM was 1 and done. Soybeans got positive on 4 trades. Pound Aussie is still in its POQ trade. Started at about 8:45 this morning. MNQ was problematic, it looked like. Russell looked like it was a winner this morning. And heating oil looked like a winner as well. And Pound Aussie stopped down to 75.83. All right, guys. Anybody with questions on NinjaTrader operations or anything like that, please do feel free. or questions about particular trade plans or what have you. If I've got the chart up, I'll be glad to go through it, or I can try to generate the chart. Don, I have not set up command keys because I haven't found them to be useful on NinjaTrader. But to do it, let me see if I can get to it here. On your control panel, you would go Tools, Options, and I'll bring that dialog over. This is the options. Let's see where the no, that's not it. Now we go hotkeys. It's Tools Hotkeys on. There are your hotkey settings. So you got your chart keys. Okay. I just found something I haven't used. That this turning snap on and off would be useful, and there it is. Disable bar and price or bar. And you can set your drawing tool, most of your drawing tools. I find most of the command keys that are set to be sufficient so far, other than I'm going to go in and set my snap mode on and off. And I have not set custom order keys. I actually might try to set some of those up for fast moving markets. But that's where you would set them. Choose your key combinations. And then you can just click in them to record what keys you want to use. Okay, let's see. These charts should be, let's use the crude chart and make sure that, okay, yeah. Okay, I want to use, let's see. Let's use Control B for buy market. Well, that didn't work either. You're right, that didn't work. At least not for Chart Trader. I have to look on the NinjaTrader training for that. I mean, I haven't used the hotkeys other than some of the drawing tools, which were preset that I was fine with. And the other possibility is it may be that I have to restart before that will take effect. Obviously, I'm not going to shut down and restart NinjaTrader right now, but I will test that. Yeah, that's true. That's also one of the reasons I am very careful about setting up hotkeys. And I'm not, Don, I'm not familiar with what that error was. I suspect it was because I had the hotkey modal form up. Pound Aussie, or I'm sorry, yeah, Pound Aussie still trailing down. Looks like we're down to 781, 75.81 for the pound Aussie stop. MNQ giving us a nice down trade. Was that tradable? Yeah, probably, because you had a 30-second bar with that wick. So that should be something you're in, and it has hit target 3. And trailing down. Trailing through almost through target. There's target 3. That fixed target is 39 points. 156 ticks. Even though it's only $2 a point. And that's what I got too, Miles, and I don't know what that means either. I think it means basically that if you are in a dialog box, it's gonna disable the hotkeys. But that's a question for NinjaTrader support, I think. But I suspect that's my suspicion anyway, is that that's caused by the fact that we're actually in a dialog box when doing that. So that's probably what that's all about. Yeah, and basically that's true of most any of the windows in NinjaTrader. If you're in a dialog window for some reason, there you can't do anything anywhere else. Yep. Yep, that is true. Okay, that answers the question. Thank you, Miles. So yeah, basically any pretty much any of the dialog boxes you get within NinjaTrader will keep you from using hotkeys, because it takes focus away from any other window. You can't even get focus in another window. You get an error tone anytime you click outside of the dialog box anywhere else. And the dialog box title bar flashes red. That happens if you're in the indicators dialog, in the data series, pretty much any of the dialogs you'll open within the chart as well. Once you open a dialog box like that for input, you can't go to anything else in NinjaTrader. You can go to other applications, but you can't do anything else within NinjaTrader once you have those dialog box open that typically does input. I just hadn't seen it referred to as modal forms. So that would be consistent with having the dialog box open. When you're recording. Now let's see. Yep, my hotkey is there. But I don't know, it's showing there, so I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, the OCO hotkey does work, so I may have to restart for it to load that hotkey. Yeah, because the Control B hotkey is not working. But the other hotkeys seem to be, so I suspect we're going to have to close and reopen for any new hotkeys to be active. Okay. All right. We all learned a little bit from that one. Any other questions? Pound Aussie still going down. 75.78 for the stop now. All right. Well, folks, If nobody has additional questions, I think it's just about time. And Pound Aussie going through target 4. Stop down to 76. So that has turned into a very nice trade this morning. All right. I don't see any new questions coming in. All right. Pound Aussie is continuing on down, but nothing much else to look at. So, and nobody asking questions. Pound Aussie stopped down to 73. And I will see everybody on Monday, or I'll be in the room Monday for Troy. Regular schedule next week, as far as I'm aware. So everyone have a good afternoon. Yeah, that's exactly right, Miles. we always continue to learn until we're dead. So everyone have a good afternoon, good trading tomorrow, and good weekend. We'll see everybody on Monday.